Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you have enjoyed the videos that I've made about creating a business and building a family at the same time. And if you like this content, please like this video and click subscribe on the button below. But today I just wanted to talk a little bit more about how I take care of myself, specifically around nutrition and how I plan my meals for the week. Let me preface this by saying I am not a Susie homemaker or like a hardcore cooking woman by any means. I'm all about efficiency. So I really do need to plan ahead to make sure that I have healthy, quick, ready to go meals ready for me throughout the week because I'm like always on the go. I really don't have a lot of time to cook. So Monday through Thursday, I'm actually kind of boring. I eat the same thing pretty much for breakfast and lunch every day. And that has been really helpful for me in terms of keeping a healthy weight, making sure that I'm getting enough vegetables and lean proteins in my diet. And it gives me enough flexibility too, so that like if my husband and I are like, hey, let's go grab dinner tonight, or if some friends want to go grab dinner, or if, I'm just in the mood for something, I have that flexibility around dinner time. But then I know that like breakfast and lunch are pretty, routine and scheduled, and I'm getting healthy meals that I enjoy eating and are ready to go for me. So I can just like zap them in the microwave, or if they're a salad, they're just kind of ready to go. I am not a very elaborate meal planner. So if you're like me and you're all about efficiency, you'll really like this meal prep, because literally in 20 minutes-ish, I'm gonna prep all my meals for the week. So I'm just gonna show you how I do that, and hopefully it's helpful for you. And if you like what I'm doing, or if anything that I'm cooking right now looks good, I will share the links to the recipes below so you can just grab those and have them and use them on your own. All right, so let's get started. First and foremost, my husband and I are doing a dry January. So I love, it's Sunday morning here in Dallas and it's snowing, so it's like super cozy to be here. But I love just waking up, having my coffee first, church first. Yes, ma'am. But then after that, I love to just like drink mimosas all morning. It's just my favorite thing. And since we're doing a dry January, I haven't been able to do that. But fortunately, my husband found this awesome dry Secco, and I love it. And so it's alcohol-free Prosecco, and it's just gives me that experience of, having bubbles. Because I realize like it's not really the alcohol that I'm craving. It's more of like the ritual of just kind of getting that bubbly sensation. It's like, cheers, I made it through the week, yay. So the entire time I cook this morning, I will be sipping on this. So that's always really important. Okay, so one meal that I typically make always, because it's just so easy, is like a stew, or like a Southwest style chicken soup or something like that. But it's essentially in my crock pot. So I'm just gonna show y'all real quick what's in my crock pot. I just threw all this in this morning. This is a new beef stew that we're actually trying for the first time. And all it is a ton of chopped up vegetables. So I put celery, onions, carrots, that's pretty much it. Celery, onions, carrots, and potatoes. And then got a thing of beef tips from Trader Joe's, a bunch of beef broth, some tomato paste, some Worcester sauce, and that's it. So we just like dump it all in there, and then I kind of let that go while I prep my other meals. So like one thing you need to know about meal prepping is like, be efficient. Don't like do one thing, wait for it to finish, do something else, wait for it to finish. Like I put that in first, and it's just gonna sit in there until I'm done. And next I'm gonna work on my breakfast. So usually the stew I'll eat for like lunches during the week. Once it's all done, I'll put it into 5 or 6 containers. My husband will eat 2, I'll eat 2, and then we'll put 2 in the freezer. So it's really easy. The next thing I'm gonna make is my breakfast. So for breakfast, I eat the same thing every day for breakfast, and I've been really into this breakfast quiche. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make this breakfast quiche. It is very simple and very delicious. So you need like a big casserole like this. And this is gonna be kind of like the base. And then I'm gonna go put my oven on bake at 350. And then I am a Trader Joe's fanatic. Like that's the only place I shop. I don't shop anywhere but Trader Joe's. Like that's it. So everything that I'm using to make this breakfast quiche, I got at Trader Joe's. So first, I am not anti-butter. My husband got me really back into butter. Butter is good for you, good fat. I don't know if that's scientifically true, but everything in moderation. Real butter. So you just butter the bottom of this pan like this. And the breakfast quiche that we're gonna make is really great because if you're like me, like you don't just crave raw vegetables. So the good thing about the breakfast quiche is that you can throw so many vegetables in there and you kind of like disguise them, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel like you're just eating a bunch of vegetables, but you are. So I'm gonna put in our breakfast quiche today. Oh, I forgot to show y'all this. This is Trader Joe's biscuit dough. The super healthy people don't put this at the bottom of their quiche, but I'm a normal person, and what is better than biscuits? And that just gives me more motivation to eat the quiche and eat my vegetables. And damn it, if this is gonna motivate me to eat a bunch of vegetables, then I'm gonna put this in the bottom of my quiche. Okay, so this is Trader Joe's biscuit dough. You're just gonna take this, open it up, and this is like the fun, easy bootleg way to have a base of your quiche. So just open that up, pop it. See, I grew up in Mesquite, and like in Mesquite, Texas, like in the country, and we grew up eating Grand cinnamon rolls. What y'all know about that? So you're just gonna take these biscuits like this and just like spread them out and make this like the base of your quiche. So I'm gonna put all that in there. I use like maybe 4 biscuits, 4 or 5. And the fun thing about meal planning on Sunday and using 4 or 5 of these is that there's like 6 or 7 that come in the container, and then the leftover ones I go ahead and just put in the oven, and me and my husband eat them for breakfast because what's more delicious on a Sunday morning than like buttery biscuits, yeah? And that's the thing people need to know about me. People are like, oh, you're a fitness trainer, you own a gym, you eat carbs. Oh my God. I'm like, yeah, I eat carbs. I eat cake, I eat cookies, I eat pizza, I eat all that, and I'm not ashamed of it. But it's all about moderation, right? Do I eat that stuff every day? No. And do I eat my vegetables? Yes. So, you know, that's what it's really about for me. That's what works for me. I'm all about moderation. I never feel guilty about things that I eat. If I want something and my body's craving it, I can have it, but I can't have 100 bites of it. I can have, you know, just some of it, just enough to feed my craving. All right, so that was 5 biscuits that I put there in the bottom right there. All right, so now what we're gonna do is, so let me just go over the ingredients that I'm gonna put in this quiche. So I got organic ground chicken from Trader Joe's. I got an entire bag of baby spinach from Trader Joe's. I have a full onion. We're gonna chop up the entire onion and put it in there, okay? I have 2 tomatoes. I love tomatoes, so that's good. We're gonna put those in there. And then I also just buy this package of bell pepper. So let me grab that, hold on. These bell pepper. And some of y'all are like really good at chopping vegetables. I'm not. So I just let them be big and chunky. I like chop it up enough that, you know, it's in there, but I don't care about it being like finely diced or anything like that. So I'm gonna chop up these vegetables, and we're gonna put all these vegetables in. And then while we're doing that, we're also gonna get started browning the ground chicken, all right? So, if any of y'all meal prep, you know, let me know like what things you like to meal prep, and I'll see if I can find a quick, easy way to do that. But I honestly used to not meal prep, and I found that like it was really hard for me to keep my weight in control, because at the end of the day, like, we're humans, and you know, I was just talking about cravings. It's so much easier to just like give in to cravings. I remember like after I would teach a morning class, and you know, I would have taught like, you know, 1 hour, and I was exhausted and I was just so hungry. Like, I just got in this horrible habit of just like going through and getting breakfast tacos like every day, just always getting breakfast tacos, because, you know, there was nothing, I was like, I just wanted something quick. But now, like, I know I have this breakfast quiche. I know there's stuff in it that I like. I know that there's biscuits at the bottom. That's exciting. So like after my workouts, like I'm excited to kind of come home and grab it. It's already made. I don't have to worry about making it. I come home, grab it. It's yummy, and it's like part of my morning routine. So what I'm doing right now is just browning this ground chicken. I'm putting some butter in the bottom of it because I don't like for it to stick, and butter just tastes good. And so while that's browning, I'm also going to chop up these bell peppers. See, y'all, look at all these vegetables. I'm essentially gonna eat all these vegetables, an entire onion, an entire bag of spinach, the vegetables, and the tomatoes. It's just like absolutely crazy. I would never eat that many vegetables in any other situation. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I'm not that healthy. There's like, I just wouldn't eat that. So the oven is preheating. That's great. I'm browning the ground chicken. I've got my stew over here. And the good thing about all this ground chicken is that usually I'll have a lot left over, and my third meal is a very, very, very easy meal, because while this quiche is still going on, I'll get the third meal going, which is, I'll tell you in just a second. But let's go ahead and put all these eggs in a bowl. And see how that goes. So you guys like, like I told y'all, I'm not like a Susie homemaker, so if y'all watch these other YouTubers and they have like a more organized flow of how everything's going, like that's legit, because like I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Like I just started, this is my first cooking video ever. So the eggs, I usually put like about 6 to 8 eggs in the quiche. The first layer right above the biscuit dough in the quiche is just full of veggies. And then that fills up the pan quite a bit. And then I kind of just put the eggs on top of all the veggies, just to kind of make everything come together and make it like a solid dish. So I'm gonna start with like 6 eggs today, and we'll see how that goes. And then I'll, if I need to add some more, if there's not enough, I will add some more. So it's January, and hopefully you feel extra motivated to eat healthy right now. You know, New Year's resolutions, all that kind of stuff. But I'll just say this, I always break my New Year's resolutions if I try to make them like too drastically different from where I already am. So like, what do I mean by that? Like, if you don't meal prep at all, I wouldn't try to like now, January 1, try to meal prep every single meal and try to make sure every single meal is prepped. I would start with just prepping one meal, just saying, okay, for the month of January, all of my lunches will be prepped. You know, I'm just gonna prep my lunches, or I'm just gonna prep my breakfast, you know? Because what happens is, you know, sadly, us as humans, we can get really hard on ourselves. And the minute we mess up, the minute we don't keep the New Year's resolution, we start saying like really negative things like, oh, I suck, I'm not disciplined at all. You know what, F it, I'll just quit the whole thing. And then you don't do anything at all. So sometimes it's good to give yourself like a little bit of that reverse psychology and just start in baby steps in something that you know that you can master. So then like you feel really good about yourself, and then you keep building upon it. So I call that the quick wins. And the quick wins are very, 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 very important. So here's the egg yolk for the quiche. I'm just gonna set that to the side. And then I'm gonna chop up some of these peppers that we're gonna put in there. So I think that, you know, if you are a breakfast lover like me, starting with the breakfast quiche is a really good way to start your meal prepping. Where is that? Nah. Like I said, y'all, I'm not really like that. Is this the kind of knife I should use? I don't know. It's big. It looks like it'll work. That's why I need my husband to help me. He has all the fancy dishes. Whenever we moved in together, Zach had like much nicer dishes than I did. He had like an egg cooker. He had like a cast iron, whatever. I was just like, my dishes look like I just moved out of a college dorm. I needed to upgrade for real. So I'm just gonna chop up all these peppers. And like I was saying earlier, like, you know, it doesn't matter like how finely you chop this stuff, because if you think about it the way I think about it, all I care about is that like I'm getting my veggies. You know, I just want to ensure that I'm eating an adequate amount of vegetables. And if you are like struggling with your weight, I feel you. I've struggled with my weight my entire life. I actually gained about 10 to 15 pounds last year during quarantine. And so that's another reason why I'm trying to just like get my life together. And I don't beat myself up on it. You know, it's like stress, so many other things. But I just try to be intentional about doing the right thing with my diet rather than eliminating things. So like, I'm not gonna tell myself I can't have cake. I love cakes. I'm never gonna tell myself I can't have cake. But what I am gonna tell myself is that I do have to eat a certain amount of vegetables. I do have to drink a certain amount of water. That's why I have this like water bottle right here. Husband, Zach gave it to me for Christmas. And you know, I have to fill it up twice a day and drink all of it. So like, I do have to do these positive things for myself. And I just find that like focusing on the positive is so much more helpful. It's so much more encouraging than focusing on what you're not gonna eat. And that's why meal prep is so cool too, because all you're doing is prepping a few healthy meals and saying, or one healthy meal if you're just doing one, and just kind of saying, you know what, by the end of this week, I'm gonna eat all this. You know, I can do that. I can eat all of that, right? So that's all I do with this. It's like, and I know that it has so many vegetables in it, so many nutrients, so many vitamins. So if my goal for the week is simply just to eat all of this healthy food, naturally, I'm gonna get better results. I'm gonna burn more fat because I'm gonna be fuller off the healthy stuff, less likely to eat the unhealthy stuff, and, you know, mission accomplished. So these are just ways that I kind of psych myself out and make myself healthier without it feeling like drudgery and feeling like, oh, I can't have breakfast tacos. I can have breakfast tacos if I want them, but I got to eat the quiche too. So that's just kind of my philosophy on nutrition and on, you know, achieving your goals. Because here's the deal. I don't care how much you work out. Like, I work out every single day. I teach classes for 2 hours, you know, and these aren't your mama's classes. It's not like me like, good job, ladies, like clap, clap, clap. This is like me doing burpees, running, you know, like sprinting on the bike, like doing everything with the team, you know? So, ooh, I almost burned this. Ah! All right, there we go. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. It'll be fine. But like I was saying, it's not like I'm just like walking around. Like when I teach classes, it is like all out. And so this is a very, very important part of me having the energy to be able to teach those classes. But even though I do all that working out, I can't out exercise a bad diet. If I eat crap, I'll still gain weight, I'll still feel crappy. So like, I've got to do this. And you've got to do something too. You know, you've got to make sure you're eating well. All right, so just to show y'all real quick, we're almost here, we're almost done. I just put all those chopped up bell peppers above the biscuit. I'm just gonna put all this ground chicken in here, the whole thing. Boom, boom, boom. Done, done, done. And then I'm gonna take all this spinach. And I'm gonna put the whole bag in there, y'all, to make sure that I eat all my vegetables. All right. All right. Yay. And the last thing, see, we're still on that 20-minute mark. I love it. I'm just gonna chop up the peppers and the onions. I'm gonna put that on the top, put all the egg yolk on the top, pop that bad boy in the oven, and then it's done. And the beautiful thing about this dish, Pearl's over here I call her Scrappy because all she does want to do is just eat scraps. I'm chopping up this tomato right now. But the beautiful thing about this dish is like, it is huge. It makes like 6 servings, so 6 or 7 servings. So I have enough for breakfast for the entire week. Usually on Sundays, like I said, you know, me and my husband, we eat the biscuits and we kind of do our own brunch at home. So I usually just eat it Monday through Saturday. But it makes so much. So once the quiche is done, I'll post some pictures later on once the quiche is done. Once it's done, I just chop it up into like 6 big pieces. And then I put each piece into a separate Tupperware. And then I put them all in the fridge. So each day I just wake up and, you know, or actually my morning routine goes, wake up, water, coffee, read, journal, meditate, work out, and then eat breakfast. So once I eat breakfast, when it's time to eat breakfast, I just go take the container out of the fridge, pop the quiche in the microwave, start working and eat and work at the same time, and it's great. So I really love tomatoes, so I'm gonna put 2 tomatoes in here today. And so that'll be really good. So this is awesome because now with the stew and with the quiche, I've got my breakfast and my lunch pretty much done for every single day. And as you can see, even with me like chopping this stuff up, it doesn't take that long. Like I'm pretty much done, you know? So here, I'll let y'all see what this looks like now that I've got the tomatoes up in there. This is so much fun. So you can actually put any kind of vegetables that you want in the quiche. That's kind of fun. Like if you like, I don't know, if you're really fancy and like jicama or something like that, feel free to do that. But I just like to show how easy this is because a lot of people are like, oh, I don't have time to meal prep. And I'm like, look, you will actually save so much time by meal prepping because like having to think about what you're gonna eat, that takes time, it's stressful, you know, and then you feel bad about yourself when you eat something that's unhealthy. It's just, you don't wanna have to go through all that. You know, you don't, it's just like a waste. Okay, so all that I'm gonna do is take a sip of my alcohol-free Prosecco, and I'm gonna show y'all one more thing before I close this off, all right? So, where is there it is. Like I said, I only shop at Trader Joe's, like that's it. That's the only thing, that's the only place I shop. And so, where is that? Oh, here it is, these. This is what I'm gonna prep for my other meal, and it's so easy, you guys. So I buy these Southwest saute bowls from Trader Joe's, Southwest saute bowls. I got one that's garbanzo beans, carrots, red onions, and collards, and then I got one that's a Southwest style sweet potato saute bowl that's like sweet potatoes, jicama, poblano pepper, pico de gallo, roasted corn. So I got 2 of these, and then I got 1 package of the Trader Joe's chicken, okay? So what I'm gonna do is put all of this into the skillet that I just used for the ground chicken. I'll put all of that in there, and I'll put half of the chicken in there. And it comes with a sauce in it too, guys. It's so easy. And so this will make about 3 meals for me for the week. So I'll put all of that in there, half of the chicken, saute it all together, and then I'll get my little meal prep containers here, and I'll divide it into 3. 3 of them. And so these will be alternate for lunch in the event that I'm not in the mood for stew. So if I don't want beef stew, I'll eat the chicken Southwest saute, okay? And then with the other one, I'll saute it as well, and I'll use the other half of the chicken, and that'll make 3 more meals. So if I don't want Southwest, then I can eat this, all right? And so that also gives me options for dinner, like if, you know, Zach and I don't feel like cooking, or if I need a healthy dinner and I'm just on the go, or if I'm working late, so I have that too. So now I've got a breakfast quiche, which is 6 servings, so that's breakfast every single day. I've got my saute bowls, which are 3 servings each, so that's 3 lunches, or 3 dinners, so that's another 6 meals. And then I've got my giant beef stew that I share with Zach, so that's another 3 meals for me, 3 meals for him this week. And then we'll put about 3 or 4 or 5 servings in the freezer and eat it next week. So just like that, in 20 minutes, meals are prepped, all right? All I've gotta do now, and I'll just show y'all this, is this egg yolk. Pour it here on top of my quiche. Yum, yum, yum. And I think I'm gonna put maybe some more eggs in there today because I went overboard on the veggies today, and that's a good thing. So I'm gonna do 1 more thing of eggs. I'll probably do like 3 more eggs. And then I'm just gonna pop it in the oven and it'll be good to go. If you don't like onions, you don't have to put them in there. I know a lot of people don't like onions, so that's why I didn't show them to y'all today. But I am gonna add some onions into mine later after I finish this video. But I just really hope that like you got some takeaways from this. Like meal prep doesn't have to be daunting. I know you can watch all these Instagram people and think like there's so much going on, but like it is totally fine to meal prep something that's already ready-made. Just add some chicken to it, add any kind of meat you like to it, pop it in the oven and go, you know, or pop it in the skillet and go. The quiche, I think, is the best thing to do, and it's what takes me the most time because like the stew, that's easy. I like literally just dump stuff in there and I'll post the recipe to the stew. The quiche takes the longest time, but it doesn't take that long. It takes 20 minutes, not that big of a deal. And then I have 6 breakfast servings for the week. So now the quiche is like ready to go. I'm gonna pop it in the oven and have a very, very, very healthy week. I'll also post below my eating plan for the week. So kind of how I plan to eat the meals, because here's the deal, guys. If you don't plan, you will fail. Fail to plan, plan to fail. All right. So I believe in you. You must fuel your body if you want to have a thriving business and a healthy family, because your business is a direct reflection of your health and of your personal growth and of your ability. So if you aren't strong, and if you aren't 100%, your business won't be either, and you won't be strong, you won't be 100% to take care of your family either. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I'll see y'all next week. Yay! Do you like when we have biscuits on Sundays?
I do.
He does. And he's like one of those healthy people I was telling y'all about, people who don't eat carbs. But on Sundays you eat biscuits.
I drink carbs though.
He drinks carbs. But we are doing a dry January. And he said that he put a little bit of orange juice in the No Seco yesterday. The Groovy, that's what it's called, No Seco. And it was a pretty legit mimosa, huh?
That was good.
Cool. So cheers, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video.